Let's go to Buffalo next, where the Bills will open up their season, and a very different Buffalo Bill team than the one that we saw over the past couple of years. One thing does stay the same. Josh Allen will be leading the way, but he's got a lot of new faces on offense that he's going to be dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of new guys, new faces, and just trying to spread the wealth. I think the term that we've been using is everybody eats, and it's going to take all 11 guys on the field at any given time to make a play go. So that's kind of our mindset, and it doesn't really matter who gets the ball or when they get it. We're going to be happy for whatever we're doing out there and just trying to make the best play possible.
Here's the deal. He runs the ball a lot, and he throws to Kincaid and Knox, and they win the game. Do they cover that big 6 and a hook? My guess is yes. I think Arizona's going to stink, and I think that Harrison will score a touchdown. So whatever price you can get Harrison Jr. on a tutty, I'll take that. But I'm not betting on the Arizona Cardinals. I think they'll end up being one of the worst teams in the league.
We're going to speed round here and get through the rest of these NFL games that are coming up on Pain Day on Sunday. I told you most of the new head coaches this year, they are just stiff as a board. They give you absolutely nothing, like this Callahan in Tennessee, McDonald in Seattle. I mean, these guys are just, we're going to be very serious. We're not going to say anything out of I like Dave Canales, Scotty, this guy that is now the new Carolina Panther head coach. Now, I don't think the team's going to be any good, per se, but I like the way the guy speaks. I like the way the guy talks. I think they're going to rally behind him a little bit, and maybe they will be a little bit better than people thought. Here's Canales talking about opening up the season in the division on Sunday in New Orleans against the Saints.
Oh, I love it. I think that the road to the playoffs is through the division, and what better way for us to just get a look at who we're facing right off the bat, whether it was now or in 3 or 4 weeks from now. It's an opponent, especially because of the style that they play with, the toughness and all the things that I admire, that I value for our team as well, is we got to call it up. We got to come and play our version of football, and it'll be tested. So a great opportunity for us.
Yeah, I think they both stink.
The Saints are minus 3.5 at home at the Dome. 41.5 is the total here. I'm with you. I think they both stink. I'm going to take Carolina with the points, though. Not sure they win, but I think this could be a field goal game down to the end.
Yeah, I don't know. If Carr can't beat this kid, then who can he beat? I mean, you're at home on Bourbon Street, Superdome. I like the Saints. I think they win this game by more than that. I think they win by, 6.
The Dolphins and the Jaguars will get together in South Beach Hard Rock this week for the opening of the Dolphin season. Of course, it seems like every year we talk about Tua needing to prove something. Here we go again. Tua being asked about having to prove himself to all the doubters.
Yeah, I think that's how you got to come into the season every year. You got to come in with something to prove every time. Everyone else is. The rookies are. The 17-year vets are. So, I don't think anyone comes into this season thinking, let me just see if this is going to be a season where I'm healthy, if there's a season where, I could do good, I could be average or whatever. I think everyone wants to be really, really good at coming in this first week and trying to sustain that throughout the entire year.
Yeah, that was just a load of horse shack. I have no idea what he just said. I know this. I think they're a playoff team. They were last year. I think they're good. And I think they can score. I think they got great receivers. I think he's got an arm. He can play. I know that he can't take too many headshots. But I think for the most part, if he's upright, he can cause damage. I think they beat the Jaguars at Hard Rock. I think the Dolphins, everyone has the Jets. You obviously are a Bills fan. I think the Dolphins are the one that's going to steal the division.
Yeah, look, everybody thinks the Jets are going to win. If the Bills don't win the AFC East, I think it'll be Miami is the team that's going to be ahead of them at the end of the day. I don't think it'll be the Jets. I think Miami's been knocking on the door
And they
the
got
last
a good
couple of
coach.
years.
They got a good staff.
Yeah.
They're a good team. They you know what their problem is? They become the Cowboys. They go to the playoffs and they can't win a game.
Yes, that's never fun. You need to eventually win one. I kind of like the over 49.5, Scotty. The Dolphins are laying 3.5. I think we'll get some points between these two on Sunday. I think Jags will score a little bit too, as they've got some pieces on offense. Next up, let's go to actually one more thing. Ramsey, you did mention this, I think, before with you. 3 years, $72.3 million for Ramsey. Now the highest paid cornerback in the league. So we're sorry to Patrick Surtain from the Broncos, Scotty. He only got to say he was the highest paid cornerback in the league for like 24 hours. And now Jalen Ramsey. 5 minutes for him. So now he is done. I'll squeeze one more game. I will come back and we'll do the next one. Houston, Indiana, and the Colts. And then I've got a bunch of other ones, the 1 o'clocks. We'll hear from Harbaugh on the Chargers and the Raiders. We've even got a little Dak Prescott for you.
You notice the Cowboys. That every guy is the highest paid guy in the league at his position of every team.
All right, let's do the rest of the 1 o'clock games, and then I want to focus in on a few of the later in the day ones. The Texans are in Indianapolis against the Colts. Of course, they played that great game last year to finish the regular season. Texans won the division. -2.5 for them on the road. Year 2 for DeMeco Ryans and C.J. Stroud. The Colts will get Anthony Richardson back at quarterback. Big total here as well, Scotty, 48.5.
I just think Houston's better, flat out. Now, it depends on, obviously, Richardson. How's he going to look? Is he healthy? Allegedly he is. Taylor can be a badass when he's healthy. He's usually healthy in these situations, like a season opener before he's been hit, right? And then he starts getting injured and banged up. So I think the Colts will be in it. And to win it, but I still think the Texans are flat out better than the Colts. I think the quarterback, I do believe Stroud's better than Richardson. I do believe they have better receivers. I do believe they have a better defense. I do believe that Ryan's staff has already shown to me that they're good, and I think they're better than Steichen and his staff. I think Steichen did a really good job in Indy in his first year. But I do not believe they're on the same level as the Texans. I mean, it's never easy to go on the road and win in the NFL. It is always brutal. Every game is brutal, home and away. I've been to that stadium, Lucas Oil, now several times. It's quite the facility. It really is. No doubt why they have NCAA championships there and big, giant football games and Super Bowls and bowl games. It's a hostile environment. I saw my Steelers win there, though, on a Monday night, so I think the Texans can win there.
Of course, now Boone has Weaver warming up, Scotty. So maybe he's going to make me he's going to shove it in my face and pitch this goon Weaver in the 9th inning. We shall see. They just showed him warming up.
Another guy
over there
like,
in the bullpen. They all stink. Doc talked about this already. T. Higgins listed as doubtful. He ain't going to play for the Bengals on Sunday against the Patriots. Now, Jamar Chase did speak today for the first time since the end of last season. He was asked about that comment that, or the report, I should say, that he wanted 1 penny more than Justin Jefferson with the deal that he got. He said that's wrong, not accurate. He wants to blow Jefferson's deal out of the water, I believe is what he said, Scotty. So he didn't seem like he thought he was going to be playing much either. He said, I'd probably be limited. I'll be able to help out a little bit. That's what Zach Taylor said, too. Either way, the Patriots are going to be there on Sunday. As of right now, it's back down to 7.5. So we saw it creep back to 8.5. Now back down 40.5, the low total.
Well, yeah, it's moved because these guys aren't going to play. If he plays, it's going to be limited. He doesn't have his deal. They didn't get it done unless they get it done before Sunday, which they could very well do it tonight or tomorrow. If Mike Brown, they can get him out of bed. You know, Mike sleeps a lot. When the sun comes up, he falls asleep. When he reads the morning paper, he falls asleep. After he has his afternoon ham sandwich, he falls asleep. When David Muir's done at 7, he's asleep. So getting Mike to do the deal might be a problem. Listen, no receivers. I say the under's in play. And look, the Patriots, we already know they stink. So if he has no one to throw to, Burrow, He's not going to run around. What's he going to run around and take off running? He doesn't run. So I like that under more than I trust betting on a team that's overrated to begin with. Like, everyone sees Joe Burrow and they just drop everything they're doing and think that the Bengals are, going to the, playoffs. Like, I don't buy the Bengals. I don't deny Joe Burrow's a good quarterback, but they are overrated. I mean, every year we hear about the Bengals. Like, honestly, this is another team that doesn't matter. Every time they go to a Super Bowl, they screw it up nice and juicy.
I'm with you on the under out there in Cincinnati on Sunday. The Vikings open their season at MetLife against the Giants in Jersey. Of course, J.J. McCarthy done for the year. He's hurt. That means Sam Darnold is the man in Minnesota. Daniel Jones back for the Giants. G-Men, Big Blue, who are home dogs here, Scotty. Vikings minus 1.5, 41.5 the total here.
I think that Daniel Jones really needs to shake people off of him by just going for it with this Malik Neighbors. I mean, just go for it. Find this guy and throw him the ball. We all know that Jones can throw the ball. I'm not going to act like he can't throw a football or that he's some terrible quarterback. There's no denying he's had issues, whether it's passing, whether it's turnovers, fumbles, whatever it is. But they paid that guy a ton of money. Like, show up and go for it. You're at home opener. You got this stud, badass receiver. Well, start slinging him the rock. I don't buy. Well, listen, Sam Darnold could hook up with Jefferson at least once in this game for a touchdown. I'm not denying that he can play. Darnold can play football, but he's no better than Daniel Jones. Let's calm down with Sam Darnold. I mean, there's little kids in my neighborhood that throw the ball better than Sam Darnold. Honestly, the Nerf kids, they can really sling it.
Know this, Daniel Jones always beats the Vikings. Every time he plays him. He's done very well against the Vikings the past couple of years. And I'm with you. He sees him one-on-one at any time. Anytime. Just throw it up and let him go get it. Throw it up to Neighbors and let him go get it. That's it. And you'll get yourself off to a good start. I'm on the Giants, Scotty, Sunday. I think they're going to win at home against the Vikings. Titans and the Bears. We discussed this a lot yesterday. It's down to 3.5 now for Chicago. 44.5 is the total. Of course, the debut for Caleb Williams. Will Levis leads the Titans, who now have Brian Callahan as their head coach.
I got to be honest. I hate to say it. I really do. I want the Titans to go in and win this game. I want to see Will Levis go in there. He's in his second year, play football, and beat this rookie and beat this bullshack, overrated Bears team. They got him, we said this yesterday. I'm not going to repeat myself. They think they're so hot. They think they're the hot commodity in the NFL, that they're the real deal. I would love nothing more than to see them lay an egg at Soldier Field in week 1 to the crappy Titans. I would love to see Will Levis go in there and beat them outright. Flush. Give me the Titans.
We played a lot of Harbaugh clips, Scotty, during training camp and during the preseason, right? He seemed very upbeat, very happy, had a lot of one-liners, things like that. I guess it's game week now because your boy is like stone cold solid, ready to go this week. Here's Jim.
Every day matters, but the games count. So there's a appropriate air around the facility and the building. With the team, the meetings. I mean, it's let's go.
Let's go. All right, Jim. He's ready to go. I don't
honestly,
know.
That sounded like the guy giving your kid his driving lesson.
Yeah, he's the teacher, the driver's ed teacher. Just said, all right, you're gonna make a left in the corner here. Let's go, make a left. You're gonna parallel park between those two cars. The Chargers are -3. Against the Raiders on Sunday. 40.5's the total. I know you talked to me, Gino B, about this earlier. I'm actually with him, Scotty. I'm taking the Raiders on Sunday in Los Angeles against the Chargers. Let's go.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't build up enough courage to bet on the Raiders. I'm going to take Jim Harbaugh, and I'm going to take Justin Orange Sherbert to beat the Raiders at SoHi. I'm going to go L.A. And the one thing, I don't know who said it. Was it Gino that everyone there's more Raider fans in Los Angeles? They've been saying that for 40 years, that there's more Raider fans in Los Angeles than there are Rams and Chargers. And
we are a long time removed from Marcus Allen running at the Coliseum. It was a long time ago. Marcus Allen.
The Rams won a Super Bowl, and you're telling me the Raiders are more popular. Okay.
The Broncos will open their season in Seattle. Of course, Bo Nix will be the starting quarterback. One of the other rookies that's going to be starting here. He's actually also was voted the first rookie captain for the Broncos since 1967. Good for him. This line is now 5.5 in the Pacific Northwest. 41.5 is the total. Of course, McDonald will be making his debut as the head coach for Seattle. Geno Smith still at the helm.
I like Geno and Seattle at home. And going back to the other thing, it's so funny to me. Like, you know, when they go in there, I can hear it already, the Raiders broadcast, how they still think they own Los Angeles. It's so embarrassing that they go around acting like they matter that much. They don't even own Las Vegas, let alone Los Angeles. I mean, they think they own Oakland, L.A., Las Vegas, and everywhere else for that matter. And they don't own anything. They own nothing. And let's face facts. Honestly, the Vegas Golden Knights, they won the Stanley Cup. They were more popular than the Raiders have ever been since they've been in Vegas. People act like the Vegas Raiders thing is some big thing. I mean, at least the hockey team won a championship. The Raiders won't sniff a Super Bowl anytime soon.
The Cowboys are in Cleveland against the Browns. Of course, this is a very big featured game, 425 East. Tom Brady's first game. He's going to be broadcasting for Fox, of course, is this one. Browns minus 2.5, 40.5 is the total here. Dak yesterday, it's like, you talk about distractions. It's always distractions with the Cowboys. Again, it was Dak about his contract and this and that. It's time to go out and win football games. Win in the regular season and then win the ones that really matter, Scotty, the ones in the playoffs.
Well, I think he's flat out better than Watson. I think the Cowboys are better than the Browns. I think that with Watson, it's different than with Flacco. I think they're terrible with Watson, and I thought they were good with Flacco. And I will give them respect defensively. I think Schwartz is the best defensive coordinator with Spags in the NFL, the Kansas City, D.C. I think those two guys know how to give offenses problems. I think Dak can light it up with CeeDee Lamb in this game. I like the Cowboys to win in Cleveland.
I do as well. I'm with you on the Cowboys. Washington will be in Tampa. We discussed this a lot yesterday. Of course, Jaden Daniels making his first start. Minus 3.5 for Tampa. 42.5 is the total.
I mean, that would be a gigantic win if Jaden Daniels could go into Tampa and beat the Buccaneers, to be honest. And I think the Buccaneers are the best team in the division. They're a playoff team. I think Baker Mayfield's good. We already know Evans is badass. They got a great defense, good coach. This should be Bucs. It should just flat out be the Buccaneers getting it done at home.
It should be the Buccaneers getting it
done.
The
Commodes stink.
And the Rams,
they're awful.
Yes.
That's why they got Jaden Daniels, because they stink.
The Rams and the Lions, of course, played a great playoff game wild card weekend last year. They'll get back together. Of course, Stafford and Goff, the trade. You'll hear all of that again on Sunday night. Minus 4.5 for the Lions. 52.5 the total.
I want to see nothing more than Matt Stafford going back to Ford Field and beating Goff and the Lions and Dan Campbell with all of his Applebee's commercials and everything else. The Lions, everyone thinks they're going to win the Super Bowl. I would love to see nothing more than them to have egg on their face and have Matt Stafford come in and absolutely pimp them right in their own building at Ford Field where he made his bones.
They are actually also the most popular bet this week. When you talk about plus 60% of the bets, 75% on the Lions this week. 72 on the Eagles, 71 on the
Screw
Bengals,
'em.
63 on the Panthers,
Screw
62
'em.
on the Vikings, and 61 on the Falcons. Look at that.
63% on the Panthers. They can't
The
get out of their
Panthers.
own way. They don't even know their home address, let alone like that they're going to 63% bet on that. I mean, I was going to drop a bomb right there. That Shacky team, honestly,
Yeah.
I know you're betting on them. Whatever, you like the new coach. Congratulations. They stink.
I like the new coach. I do like the new coach. All right, I
I
have
like
a lot
the
of
new
college
coach, too.
football
That doesn't
teams.
mean they're good.